Now, shortly after we recorded the podcast last week, West Side Discs dropped a pretty big announcement.
The curse is alive.
Matty O signed a 4-year extension with West Side. As of me planning this show, there had been no details about his contract release. I'll double check that again. But
may I please say?
You may say, please.
That video announcing it
controversial.
Is my favorite video that's ever been attached to disc golf. I'll pick a side. That video was so good. It was well produced. It was hilarious.
If you do think about it, it doesn't quite make sense. Like, why was Westside holding him hostage and then they released him back to their team?
It was just fun.
Yeah, I don't really care.
It's just fun.
The storyline didn't
supposed to make sense. It was a comedy. It was like a skit.
No, I agree. It was very well produced.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Westside.
And it was a good build the suspense.
If you rip
reveal
a bag
the player
off of Matty O's head and he's he's just like, I'm always in.
Now that I think about it, Matty O always looks like he just had a bag ripped off his head.
It does.
I'm imagining Westside was not expecting there to be any pushback, and there wasn't much pushback at all.
It was hilarious.
But
it was such a funny video. It made me laugh, made me excited. I was like, I didn't know I cared this much about this, but it's hilarious.
I'm pretty pumped that we
Danny
got
Lindahl was in there. Come on.
Dude, Danny Lindahl.
The Lindog.
Well, shout out my boy
Lindog.
Gabriel, whatever. I don't remember his last name.
Wow.
Gabe.
Shout out my boy. I don't know his name.
I think his last name is like...
Shout out my boy,
it's
Connor.
Like Alfredo Diaz or something.
Shoot, what's Connor's last name?
I didn't want to say Alfredo because I don't...
I was about to
it's Serrano. What is it? No, it is. It's Gabriel Alfredo Diaz Serrano. Okay, I was actually on the right track. I know you, Gabe. He was my team manager.
Why didn't you want to say Alfredo?
Because I thought to myself, is that just me being silly? It's Alfredo, guys. But Gabe was my team manager at Dynamic, and he was really cool, and he was the guy that was like the judge or whatever.
But Trevor, you're missing something. I said Danny Lindog.
That is good.
He's got that Danny Lindog in him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Matty O will be with Westside for 4 more years.
Exciting,
what
man.
exactly that looks like, we don't know. We don't know the... Yep.
Let's play a game where it's how much money do you think they could... I'm going to keep going higher and higher, and you tell me stop whenever it's an amount that you think... This is for all 4 years of his contract, total value
of
bonuses,
his contract, okay.
And you're going to tell me not what you think... When I get to an amount that you're like, there's no way, even in the craziness of disc golf, even in like the contracts we've seen, that they would have given him that amount.
Okay.
So we'll start. What is this? 4 years, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000.
That's where I like to be.
700,000.
Yeah, I feel like that's
saying.
where I'm saying.
Yeah,
700.
I don't think they paid him more than that.
600's where I like to be. 700 is
if I had to guess, if it would have been. If I had to guess, it's probably 4 years, 400,000 guaranteed with some bonuses.
I bet it's 4 years, $500,000. But I mean, I only say that because we had inklings as to what he was making before, and Matty O was already paid pretty well, and I think that.
Well, we know it can't be, but so high, or else they would have announced it.
I know this much. Good for Matty O, because I know he's about to make really good money over the next few years.
Well, because Dickerson, didn't they announce Dickerson's deal?
I think
like you basically just have to look at the precedent and.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say Dickerson's deal in case I know it and I'm not supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to make sure they announced it.
It's cool that we got a signing that early in the offseason. Obviously, anytime you see a...
Yeah, okay. $1 million over 4 years. Dickerson's.
Right.
So I feel like had it been at that point or
so
higher, then it would have been announced. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it depends on I think a lot of times the players have say too. Like Matty O just might be the type of guy who does not want, like that's not on brand for Matty O's brand is not I'm a wealthy disc golfer, even though he is, if he wasn't before, which I think he was pretty wealthy, like he's about to be. So like I think he would probably not even want that to go public, but sometimes not up to them either. It's cool that he got extended for 4 years. That's awesome because he's getting into the twilight of his career. He is getting up there in age, even though he's kind of hitting his stride right now.
I love Matty O.
I always like seeing a player move whenever we have a big free agent. Like I would have loved to see Matty O move just because that's as the media people that's what we like. But good for Westside to retain.
Well, the tough part is
player.
Matty O's worth more if he moves. Every player, basically, who's been with a company for long enough is worth more if they move. Like Eagle McMahon, worth a lot more if he leaves Discmania than if he stays with them.
because you're getting a new disc with their name on it. Your
Eagle fans
over.
Eagle fans will move and still buy the Eagle plastic, whereas and you gain the fans who wouldn't buy Discmania
Matty O
plastic.
is so cemented in Trilogy.
Yeah.